Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, we are getting into the map bans for the semifinals. I know it started off real quick. We're already in the semis of this very short bracket. It looks like 2499 is banning out Hanamura Oasis, as Not Prepared is banning out Kings Row, first of
Kings Row
all.
first. Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Watchpoint Gibraltar, another kind of, I guess I would say, more common pick. Route 66 being banned out as well. Numbani gets taken out by 2499. I don't think they're really planning to play any King of the Hill. I'm not sure how the last map bans went, but there was only one King of the Hill that went through.
Right
Dorado
now
getting
we're
banned.
still sitting on two CP maps and Eichenwald. Those are usually like banned almost instantly. Also sitting on three Koth maps.
Yeah, 3 Koth maps left. We have,
Oh, there goes Eichenwald.
yep. I don't think Temple of Anubis is going to make it through, but we have what, all the 2 CP maps left. This is strange so far. Hollywood gets taken out. I
So
wonder if Not Prepared is trying to push it to 2 CP.
they might just based off of people not being comfortable. They definitely want to leave up Koth. Like they haven't
Yeah,
pushed a
if
single
you
Koth map.
there Volskaya goes. Unfortunate for them. I think Echo is probably just gonna ban out those maps.
Even
And then
then, if
triple
it
triple King of the Hill is still
Yeah, not
might
not
be
or
beneficial.
Hux could ban one of the King of the Hills, and then there we
Yep.
go.
Now it's kind of forced to that.
Two CP will be played no matter
Or
what.
maybe not.
Well, maybe not. It's up to the
There's a
loser's
rare
choice.
chance.
Yeah, loser's choice on the map after the first round.
If you know what your team kind of plays against, or what your the enemy team is kind of setting up for, those of you who have never map banned before, it's pretty easy to kind of force maps, especially with the map rosters that we have right now.
Oh boy.
It looks like it's going to be Nepal, Temple of Anubis, and Lijiang Tower. Those are the options right now. Starting off with Nepal, fairly common. I'm pretty sure if it comes down to it, Not Prepared is might be going to Temple of Anubis.
Might be. That would be interesting. Haven't seen Anubis at all, I don't think. The only two CP I've ever seen in our tournament is Volskaya. And that's generally the more liked of the two CP because of the map structure. Whereas Hanamura and Anubis just have like really questionable second points.
Yeah,
They're really hard to get into. Hanamura's first point can be hard to get into sometimes.
yeah, that choke point. If you're not running dive, the people that can't get up to that, I guess, high ground window can be a very difficult point to take.
Yeah,
Yeah.
usually in
It either
solo
goes
queue.
all the way to like the last kind of seconds, or if it's an instant take. One
Yeah.
or the other usually happens between them.
In solo queue, it's usually just suicide charging in and it works out half the time.
Yeah,
Your Ryan just decides to charge him by himself and then it somehow works. And then you just steamroll off of that.
looks like the readies are coming out. Uh, Starting off in Nepal. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm not sure if 2499 is practice King of the Hill. I wouldn't put it past them. Everyone
I
should
mean, they left
in a
three
tournament.
maps up regardless, so I think
Any team should probably practice Nepal and Lijiang, especially if you're wanting to compete in tournaments.
yeah.
King of the Hill is often picked by.
Plus, like King of the Hill's a lot like if you don't have good team coordination, you can still do fine on King of the Hill just because of it's one central point that people constantly fight around, and it
Yeah, the nature of the
comes down
game.
to individual skill more often than not.
I don't know. In tournament play, team coordination can really set.
It does help, of course, but you don't have to centralize around one constantly moving objective. The maps aren't you know, they're symmetrical, so it's same on either side. So it just makes it easier to think. You don't have to think about as much.
It looks like 2499 will be going with the triple tank here, and not really less common triple tank, but Orisa is more common on Nepal, especially on Sanctum. Being able to pull people in the pit is very strong, while the side of Not Prepared seems like they're going with a Junkrat. I'm not sure. I mean, I haven't seen Hux play Junkrat, but Hershey is on the Soldier 76, and Broda, no, he's going through.
Oh, wait. Oh, I didn't know it started. I'm dumb. Okay.
Dumak gets slept. Not pulled in co-op in time. Korn not really timing it, as Shimada Stan is flanking behind them. Wonder if he will be able to get a pick on the supports. He is in the middle of the fight. They all get pulled through. He dashes through, gets a large amount of ult charge off that.
Oh,
unfortunately, he gets taken out by Hershey. Looks like the teams are setting up for the point to open up, as 2499 is the first one to make it into the room. Supports are caught off guard, but Grok is managing to handle the fight so far. Kip not behind the shield, does take a lot of damage, as Hux gets a quick double kill with that grenade. Aroused by 2D is the last one to get taken out of that fight, as Shimada Stan is just getting into the fight again. An aggressive hold coming from them, as Korn switches it up to Reinhardt. Good anti coming out, but it's not going to matter. They're not able to push in on time. Korn swinging in on Broda. Broda missing the full charge, gets hooked by Echo. Echo not able to get the kill, but Hux picks up Grok. Dumak takes out Korn in that fight, as Ryan gets nano boosted, swinging in on the enemy team. Gets pulled into the team. Echo not able to get the kill. Does get antied as he whole hogs. Shimada Stan doing what he can, popping the ultimate fairly late. Sound barrier blocks all that damage. Shimada Stan only getting Hux in that fight, as it's traded one for practically the entire enemy team. The Staggers are getting back in the fight. Grok is here healing up his team. Korn trying to push in. They are down a DPS. That damage on that Rhine shield is not there for them. They won't be able to win this shield fight. Grok gets saved. Broda misses the charge. Kip gets the sound barrier off. Only one to get shattered there. Broda gets slept, but it's not going to matter. 2D nano boosted, starts pushing onto the point, as the side of Not Prepared is hiding on the inside. Yeah, Shimada Stan takes out Hux in that fight. Hershey, last one on the point, gets taken out. Just kidding.
Shiori he could there.
Yeah, just trying to stall out time. Yep. Stalling out time on this is actually really good, even if it's a stagger, because you still get percentage. 2D pushing up, trying to do what he can.
Alright, let's see how they hold us. If they lose the fight, it's
looks like
definitely going to be hard for them to retaliate.
Rotating over to Cliffside, Dumak gets taken out by Echo, as the Whole Hog keeps the charge from going into his enemy team. Whole Hog pushes back a lot of people, does take out Broda. They are down a Reinhardt. Korn pushing up to the choke, as they're trying to take out Hershey, as he was fairly far. Soldier's able to get out fairly quickly, being able to sprint and all. Grok in a bad position gets pulled by Dumak, but Korn misses his Earth Shatter. Unfortunate, as Echo misses the hook. Charge comes in, Dragon on the back line. Hershey takes him out. Hershey pushing up onto that fight, as both the Reinhardts go down into the pit. Aroused by 2D and Echo on the point. Sound barrier, or not sound barrier, self-destruct comes out. 2D getting back in his mech, stalling out while he can. Grok getting an anti on the supports, and Hux. Hershey demeched once again. Hux fairly low, gets taken out by Baby Diva, as Shimada Stan stops the sound barrier. Hershey the only one on the point. They were not able to take the point there. They should have just pushed up and got the kills, but the stall worked out for them. They're going to have to back up here.
Yeah, they actually never flipped the point.
They never fully flipped the point. That's very bad for them. But the regroup is there. Dumak looking for a hook off the point. Lucio gets pulled, not able to wall ride. Hux takes out Grok. Both supports down. Does have the nano boost, as 2D gets pulled off the point. Not sure if they needed that ultimate there, as it's kind of wasted. They're able to regroup here, coming in all at once. 2D will be able to fly in on this.
They used four ultimates to reclaim that point, and 2499 still have a fight here. They have Blade and 3 other ultimates coming up very, very soon. They could
Sound Barrier is going to be ready right about now, as Corrin's waiting for an opportunity to Earth Shatter here. Sound Barrier used offensively here, not able to kill the ulting Genji. Hux dropping dangerous low, has to fall back. Getting that health pack up top probably as Echo pushes them off the point. They will probably be able to take here. Hershey, last one to die in that fight. They will take the point. They will get the 100%, and first round goes to 2499.
Yeah, that was just bad there by not prepared. They used one too many ultimates to reclaim the point, and they had nothing to retaliate with. As the point was only... That would have been doable if the point was at around 85%, but it was at 74, so they still had a while. They still had time. 2499 still had time to regroup and fight with the ultimates of their own. And they were able to do just that. Retake the point. First round goes to them.
Yeah, it looks like the team comps aren't going to be switching up here much. Broda still on Reinhardt, Hershey and Hux playing the DPS that they played last round. Dumac, the Roadhog one trick, might be easily countered here because they know that he won't play much else. Echo has a large DPS pool that he can kind of pull from here. Might be able to do something against that, as it looks like Not Prepared is the first one on the point. Shimada Stan, calling for a pause. 2D might have internet problems right now. Pausing right at the beginning of the fight. That's unfortunate. Looks like everyone's back together. Yeah, not Hux DCing. What is this?
Hug champ.
The Twilight Zone. Unfortunately, 2 members are down from the side of 3 members now of 2499. Only 1 down. Looking for a reset here in that fight. The point has not opened up yet. It looks like they're going to be moving down to that point. 2499 still attacking on the high ground, letting them take this point, waiting for their entire team to get ready as the pause comes out once again.
The hell?
Rock this time, the one to...
Because of how early their deaths were, everyone opts to go to point on the side of Not Prepared, giving up the high ground for 2499. They can come in as 6 people on the high ground. They could potentially flip this point pretty easily.
I mean, Hux is coming in right now. He can contest the high ground. Not very many other people on his team can do that. Unfortunately, no one with much mobility. Hershey can kind of run around, but no way to contest it, especially with Echo. They're going to have to stay behind that Rhine shield right now. No Diva to kind of defense matrix. I'm not sure if they even have a person they would swap over to Diva, but the fight might be in the favor of 2499, even though Not Prepared just took the point. Having that high ground on, what is this? Village. Yeah, Village, I think, is very good. But Lucio speeds them up as they are waiting for their teammate. Grok, unfortunately, had to respawn at the point.
Yeah.
Hooked
all of
doesn't
his
come out.
potential ult charge.
Broda gets taken out early. Korn gets hooked, but only gets taken out late.
Both Reinhardt's down.
Hux gets
Nice
pulled,
hook.
taken out.
That
2
was-
members down, 2 key members for them. Hershey not anywhere close to his ult, but Echo is very close to Whole Hog here. 2D's not far off of self-destruct, and it looks like they will retake, I guess, flip the point here. Only 32%. While Not Prepared has to wait for those spawns, they're going to get a good chunk of percentage off here as they are able to reset up on that high ground and defend fairly well from here on out. Hip not speeding Rockin'. Dumac does get hooked, but Echo is the one who dies in that fight. Never hook first, my friends. Broda charging way behind his team, leaving them out in the open. Korn falling dangerously low, but both supports are keeping him alive. Gets taken out by Broda. Self-destruct, not in a very good spot. Unfortunately, it does take out Dumac. Hux is going to be doing what it can to that Diva as Broda keeps swinging on him. Shiori is going to be healing up his team. Echo is making it onto the point, whole hogging, not in the face of the Genji though. The point has not flipped yet. They are 45% and counting up. Kip is getting in on that point. Now they are finally able to take the point, letting 2499 regroup. As
tac visor there, I don't agree with that. They could still have the ult, but they still have almost 5 ultimates to work with here. So
it was the classic King of the Hill stagger. 2D gets taken out by the entire team, giving them ult charge here. Unfortunately, 4 ultimates from not prepared, with only 3 up from the side of 2499. Fights. Yeah, almost 4. Sound barrier is coming up fairly soon, but sound barrier is coming up on both sides. Yep. They will have them both for this fight. Hux is gonna miss the dash over the top, has to redash back in, gets Dumac in the Earth Shatter, but Rhoda gets 3 members as the fight is very one-sided at this point. Used most of their ultimates though, and only 2 were used from the side of 2499.
That was unfortunate. Korn, he tried to stun Hux there with his Earth Shatter and didn't get him because he dashed through behind him. And Korn decided to turn around, so that allowed Broda just to get a huge Earth Shatter there for his team to follow up on.
Yeah, should have been worried more about the Earth Shatter rather than the Genji. Trust his team to handle that. Supports to kind of heal them up for the most part. Brock just keeps getting hooked in these fights. Hershey is the one to clean that up as Shimada Stan tries to get on Hershey. Might be able to take him out here, but he will not. Hux is the one to dash through, take him out. Korn sleeping on the point, waiting for him.
Flip the point.
They did flip the point. That is good for them. Whole Hog coming out as Aroused by 2D is keeping him alive. Self-destruct dropping down. Not very many places for them to hide. Onocron is the last one on the point. Does die there. 99%. All they have to do is take this point, and they will win the round.
Yeah, but looking at ults here, they're pretty low on the ult back. The only one they have up is a blade, but they have a shatter and a boost to work with here, so that blade could be irrelevant if Korn can land the shatter on that.
Yeah, good blade can be useful, but they are running triple tank. Not very many squishy targets for him to get on. They are trying to flip the point here. They're pushing on. 2D is the only one contesting here. Fairly split between the team. 2D does get, I guess, pinned. Dumac gets hammered down. He did switch up to Diva there for this last fight. Maybe try to stall out a bit more. 2D demeched as 3 members are on the point now from the side of Not Prepared. They will be flipping the point here, and the round probably is going to go to, yes, it is going to Not Prepared. No one able to contest the point. 1-1.
Yeah, that was, they had to really keep Hux in check there and not allow him to just dash freely through his team, but I guess Korn wasn't in a good position to get that Earth Shatter that they needed to get on him.
Yeah, he needed to land
that, he would have, 2
land that
members
big Earth
still
Shatter.
would have lived, yeah. And they would have easily won that fight with that Earth Shatter.
Looks like they're sticking with the triple DPS, knowing that Hux is probably going to be still playing that, or not triple DPS, triple tank. Sorry, I'm so used to triple DPS now. Triple tank is kind of, I guess, kind of...
Still good, it's just
yeah,
a safer route to go.
Yeah, it's slightly off meta, I would kind of say, at least for most tournament play. Both teams deciding to go straight for the point, as they usually do. Hershey is going to be taking the high ground. Echo does not get the hook off, hits the shield instead. Korn trying to charge in, does get slept. No charge coming off, but 2499 is the one pushing up on the fight. Hershey does get out by the skin of his teeth. Hux gets taken out there. Dumac dropping dangerously low. Korn and 2D anti-healed will be healed up for the most part. 2D gets demeched. They are going to be able to hold the point. Korn still very low, gets taken out by a fat right click. Shimada Stan on the backline has to back out right now as he's in the middle of the entire enemy team, not able to get much value out of that dive. Hux gets taken out by Echo, good hook. Shimada Stan popping that blade, nano blade in fact, dashing through the team, takes up Rhoda. Main tank down, both tanks down actually from Not Prepared. The fight is in the favor of 2499 as Not Prepared will reset here. waiting for those tanks to get back. 3 ultimates up, almost 4. While, as well, 2 ultimates up, almost 3 from the side of 2499. Ult economy in the favor of Not Prepare here. Let's see what they can do with this. Corn with a huge Earth Shatter gets 2 members and a down. Roadhog dropping dangerously low, gets pushed away. Shimada Stan keeping him at bay, does take him out with the Reflect. Hershey sleeping on the point, will get taken down by the combo there. Korn regrouping with his team. Good fight from the side of 2499, using their ults very effectively. Korn
only using 1 ult.
Yeah, he flanked behind them and got a very big Earth Shatter. Well, it looks like the swing of ults is going to be going in favor of 2499 here, having that self-destruct ready.
Dumont swapping off the Roadhog for the Zarya.
They're probably going to go
to 2D,
maybe even just using it for Hershey's sake. Hux misses the second dash, but he does... Oh, actually, no, he doesn't get anyone in this fight. Completely throwing away 2 ultimates there. Korn not in good position to block anything for his team. Barely set off. Broda getting the bubble, staying alive. Shimada Stan picking up 2 people in that fight, while Echo and Korn clean up another 2. Completely shut out at this point. Hirsch the only one stalling here on the point. Tracer stalling can be very effective for the team to get back in, but he does get taken out. The overtime is going to be taken down. No one able to get on the point in time. Complete shutout.
Yeah, that was... It looks like 2499 made some post-round or in-between round adjustments, and they just managed to absolutely roll through them there, using their ults efficiently and effectively. Whereas on the side of the Not Prepared, they made several champion swaps and none of them worked in their favor.
Looks like Hux is going to be switching up to Pharah. Kind of go with the Pharmacy as Shiori switches over to the Mercy. Dumac going back to the Roadhog is kind of comfort pick, I guess. But knowing what to do against Dumac, being almost a Roadhog one-trick here, he can be easily countered in this fight. Diva just has to constantly defense matrix there. Hershey, or not Hershey, Hux getting up in that fight early, being able to... Oh, Dumac getting a hook on to 2D. Does get taken out by Grok there as Korn charges him and Grok cleans up the kill. Echo going big here, taking up the Reinhardt. Korn not able to hit those flying targets as he is a Reinhardt. No real way to attack that. Smart play from 2499 would be to play the point here as Pharah can't really contest that very well. Echo landing a huge hook, takes out. Shiori's the last one in that fight, does die. Shimada Stan pushing up into that backline as Korn charges in. The rest of the team follows up in pursuit. Brodo dropping dangerously low. Dumac on that high ground, not able to get a hook off into the Rhine shield. Big staggers coming out. Shiori is up now. Rez nowhere near where it should be. That's the kind of problem with pocketing a Mercy for the Pharah for the entire time. You don't really build ult charge up, but you do keep your Pharah alive. Pharah able to get her ultimate very fast against triple tank.
You're also choking the rest of your team of healing. They're relying on Lucio. The Reinhardt's relying on Lucio to heal him up, and the Mercy's just targeting the Pharah most of the time, so it makes it hard. I don't think they should stick with Orion. They should go something else if they want to run the stab, but they're going in.
Looks like they're going with the meat grinder kind of effect with the nano whole hog. Takes up 2 members very quickly as Mercy's the last one on the point, trying to get her res up, not able to do it in time. Does get hooked by Echo. And it looks like they're going to have to reset here. I wonder if we are going to see a full hold once again as 2499 finally finds the swing of things, able to counter their team fairly well.
They have almost 5 ults, or 4 ults to work with. They almost have a bomb and both the support ults.
Korn does have Earthshatter here. If he can land a big one, this might be the fight for him. Yeah. Does save his team from that pulse bomb, but he does get taken out there in that fight. Sound barrier coming out a bit late there. Korn does die. Echo does manage to kill the Mercy. That can be huge here for them. No res for them. Time keeps ticking up. They're trying to do what they can. 2D dropping the self-destruct on the point. They have to back up. Dumac does die to it. Echo cleaning up Broda. Both tanks down. Rocket Barrage only gets Echo, but does get shut down. Solo Sound Barrier. Oh, never mind. Does get on the Hershey there. Sound Barrier on the point, trying to do what he can. Stalled for time. Mercy coming back in. Does have the res. No one in position to die. Grok does get taken out by the Pulse Bomb. Broda charging in while he can.
Stalling out here. They're killing.
Yeah, they're stalling out while they can. 99% ticking up, and they will be able to switch the point here. All you have to do is stay on the point. Don't C9 it. There you go. You switch the point, and the fight.
They could
Actually,
not kill
yeah,
Hershey
they could not.
there.
Yeah, Hershey.
No Hershey or Onacron. He had the sound barrier, and they had too much health and too much mobility. Couldn't kill him.
Onacron doing what he could, does keep his Tracer alive in that fight. Hershey being very elusive on Tracer. Echo once again. Yeah, well, Echo once again does have Whole Hog, got it up very fast. The missed hook, that might be bad for them. Echo does get a large portion of damage taken off him. Hershey is doing what he can on Dumac. Will be able to take him out here. Pulse Bomb takes him out. Shimada Stan dashing through, does take up 3 members of Not Prepared. Onacron doing what he can, stalling on the point as the team collapses into the point. Just Hershey and Onacron once again. Let's see if they can repeat that stall. Will not be able to as the team coordination is ready. Shimada Stan pushing up even further into this fight. Flipping the point right now. Will the res get there in time? It will not. Does get taken out. Probably should have pressed Q when you had the opportunity. Switching up to Winston here. Gets melted by the Whole Hog. Korn throwing a Fire Strike, cleaning up Dumac. Or not Dumac, Broda.
Pretty handily victory there. A swift victory. In the last 2 rounds, they just figured it out, I guess. They made the adjustments they needed to and just completely destroyed them.
What I'm seeing from 24/99 so far is like once they figure out what to do against a team, there's not much that can stop them. They just kind of get into the swing of things and just kind of, I guess, win the fights from there.
Figure it out. That's what it's all about in a best of environment. Figuring out your opponent, breaking them down, figuring out why you're losing, making those between match adjustments.
Yeah, the between the round comms on King of the Hill are very useful. Trying to figure out what the team does, knowing what the enemy team plays usually helps out a lot in that situation. I'm gonna make a call here. I think they're gonna go for Temple of Anubis. There's no way they didn't. Oh, Lijiang actually. I'm surprised Hux didn't. It seemed like they were kind of pushing.
They're gonna go for another King of the Hill after what just happened.
Yeah, maybe I would have swapped it up.
Isn't their map, and they like Lijiang a lot, but we'll see what happens.
I would have swapped it up. My own personal opinion. Grok restarting his PC as he does have issues after playing 1 round of Overwatch. Unfortunate for him. Yeah. I wonder if they just put more time in Lijiang. Not Prepared, that is.
Maybe. I think Not Prepared needs to switch it up, though. I don't think they're trying to run different comps, but their hero picks aren't really meshing well together. Like they went Pharah, Tracer, and then they had a Reinhardt as well with a Lucio solo healing the Reinhardt because they had a Pharah Mercy. Doesn't really work that well. Also, Shiori not making the Mercy work. Died with
res didn't get a res off
several times.
I know Broda plays Roadhog as well, but I don't think they would want to swap Dumac off of that. He knows the hero well, and he plays a lot of it.
I think Broda
would consider him a one-trick.
Broda can definitely pull out Winston if he
needs to.
Yeah. He does play a lot of Reinhardt though. But sometimes Reinhardt just doesn't work, especially in this meta.
Yeah, and current meta. Reinhardt can struggle. At this point, Reinhardt is mostly used to counter another Reinhardt. Winston, Diva, often used.
Don't even need that Rhine. You don't need
Yeah.
the other Rhine. You can just play dive and just absolutely roll them because Rhine's kind of a turtle and he has to sit there. And if you have dive jumping all over his backline, it makes it really hard for him to do his job because he's not blocking anything with that shield, really.
All right, starting in this next round, another King of the Hill map. Let's see if 2499 can repeat their success, or if not prepared,
Now arriving at
is more prepared than we thought they were.
Prepare to
Nice
attack.
meme.
Select your hero.
See if they swap up their comps here at all. Immediately,
I don't
going
think
to Zarya. They're
Yeah.
going triple tank as well.
This is the more old school kind of triple tank. Maybe swap a diva in there and we have season 3 once again. It looks like Stan is going to be going over to the Pharah. May be able to get a good conk off here on this map. Good map for Pharah, in my opinion. I love playing Pharah on Lijiang. It's just, there's so much you can do here on this map. But the only swaps that really seem to be coming out are Hux on Zarya and Stan on Pharah. Not running a pharmacy. My own personal opinion, I do like not running a pharmacy. It does help, but if I have a good Ana on my team, I feel pretty safe. Or even a Zenyatta being able to throw an orb on me, and he can still participate in the rest of the fight on the ground.
Yeah.
Both teams are coming out. It looks like he will not be able to get a conk off as they're going through White Room. Sleep Dart comes out early, but it does not get anyone as the teams push up. Aroused by 2D, defense matrixing for his Rhine as Broda gets the bubble off, saving him just barely.
Stan finds the boop on
Yeah.
the Duma.
Yeah, pushing up here can be dangerous. Even going through White Room, you can still get knocked off the edge. Echo just missing shots onto Hershey. Hershey's going to be peeking around the corner, trying to get Aroused by 2D. Running onto the point, it does go over to not prepared here as 2499 has to reset.
3 kills there.
Yeah,
Making the plays.
2D seems to be countered by that Zarya. Hux almost with grab as Hershey already has Tag Visor up. The only ultimates coming up close are Nano and Rocket Barrage. Broda not getting pulled off the edge. They're very lucky by him. 2D not able to boop anyone off. Korn getting the defense matrix on top of it. Lands a huge shatter, but does get slept. Not able to swing into the enemy team. But 3 kills right off the bat is very useful. 4 kills at this point. Dumac got demeched during that earth shatter. Hershey, the last one alive, is going to jump off. Actually, he's going to get a bit of ult charge.
I think Broda fell off the map on his own. It didn't say he was killed by anything. He was just pulled. Maybe he got pulled off the map by Echo. I don't know. But fell off the map, allowing Korn to just get a free Earth Shatter. Hershey also with a very questionable. That was awesome.
That was a very great play.
Play.
Boosting the Roadhog over the top, being able to pull off the Zarya. That can be very useful to them. No bubble being able to save.
See you later.
Rhoda gets pulled off the edge as well. Echo just going huge here with the hooks as they push up into the choke point, keeping the enemy team from getting out of their spawn.
That was a sick play with the Mei wall.
Shimada Stan just going big with these Mei walls, able to just, completely shutting out the enemy team. I don't think they know what to do against this situation.
They have to go White Room. It's their only choice.
It just gives Mei more opportunity to block off enemy teams. White Room may not be the pick here. Blocks off the support. Ana not able to heal them. Throws up the self-destruct there. 2D getting back into his mech. Hux on the back line trying to do what he can as Dumac drops that self-destruct. 2 members froze. 2D going to be cleaning up the kill on Pharah. Pushing up into Zarya. You can't defend Matrix the laser. Aroused by 2D gets knocked out of mech by Hux, and they are going to be able to switch the point over after a long stall from 2499.
That was
Looks like the surprise pick of May is not going to be able to work out as well as they
Hershey
wanted.
playing Barra. Have never seen him play any projectile heroes. Only hit scan.
Yeah, I thought he was a hit scan too. Then again, I'm a hit scan player and I had to play Farrah for my team, so I guess might be kind of a more common pick than not. Echo gets knocked over the edge, not get pulled into the pit. Dumac does get pulled into the pick, losing his flight right in the mid jump as Korn seems to be just cleaning up with Echo as help. 3 members down, huge fire strike coming out, giving him a massive amount of ult charge right off the bat, right after using it, in fact. But he does die here. Echo's going to be pushing on the point. Hershey is back in time as 2D takes the nano. Huck's sleeping on the point. They're not going to be waking him up. Let them waste the rest of that nano. 2D doing what he can to the tanks. Broda getting the bubble as Hux gets big charge here. Not going to matter as Shimada Stan gets 4 kills almost instantly in that fight. Perfect rocket. Gets 2 members. Shiori throwing random sleep dart out. Maybe might be able to do something against them.
Not prepared as 3 ults in this fight coming up. 24/99 only has 1.
Good
maybe
boot
2 to work
taking
with.
Hux
Nice
off
boot,
the
though.
point. Sound barrier is going to be coming out from the side of Not Prepared, trying
Only
to keep them
hitting the
alive.
tanks.
Echo is going to be pushing people off the map as he can. Broda's mech gets pushed away, able to get blocked by Korn. Shiori doing what he can, healing up his Reinhardt. Huge Earth Shatter gets Korn in that fight. Does not kill him. Oh, he does kill him though. Grab missing. I'm not sure what that was. He was probably trying to throw it up against the wall of the main building as they are able to
First round.
tick down the time.
Might have
100%
been-
goes to 24.99. Yeah.
He might have been trying to throw it through the window, but
Yeah,
still,
not
that
even
was
good.
a wide miss. But I mean, he had to throw it there. Better to chance throwing it than losing the round with it.
If it's coming down to overtime and you still have an ultimate, you might as well press Q. I mean,
Yeah,
it's not like
Shiori
you're
was-
losing the ultimate.
Shiori was zoned a lot from that last fight. She wasn't able to get any heals on his tanks. Sound barrier also only hitting Diva and or only hitting Broda and Dumac there, not getting the healers, so they couldn't push up quite as aggressively as the tanks were.
It looks like Hirsch is going to be going back over to Soldier 76. Fair not working out for him. Shimada Stan going back over to that comfort pick of Genji. He has a ton of hours on Genji. On that backline, getting on Shiori. Might be able to take him out here. He does. Echo does take out Broda. 2 members down. 2 crucial members from Not Prepared. Dumac doing what he can. Korn does get taken out there, but he will be charging back in for this point. Fight still going on the point as it opens up. 2D does get demeched as he actually just builds a massive amount of ult charge off of the healing Broda or Dumac. Korn back in the fight for his team. Charge gets out onto Aroused by 2D, but it doesn't really get him as Grok heals him up big. Dumac gets hooked there. Shimada Stan still pushing up fearlessly. Only had about... He was anti-healed. He had about 100 health. Not even 100 health. I'd say 30 health even.
Not Prepared coming up on almost 4 ultimates, soon to be 5.
Same coming up from 24.99.
Yeah, except they have them right now as this fight goes
Great
on.
hook from Dumac, but it doesn't matter as Shimada Stan gets in on him, takes him out with the Nano Blade. That is 4 kills from Shimada Stan and 1 from Aroused by 2D. Hershey, the last one, and it is a team white.
5 kills reflecting the rocket on the Hershey. Going up to the high ground. Guess it can work.
2D is ready for the fire strike. He does not eat it though. Dumac trying to get on Echo, gets the bubble on him. Echo does get taken out by Dumac. This might be the fight for them. Kip using sound barrier defensively, but the grab comes out a bit staggered. No sound barrier for that. 2D does get demeched, not able to self-destruct here. Trying to build up his ult charge against Huck. but he does die to. No, he doesn't. He slides away. There he does get taken out in the end there.
2D was pulled. 2D and Korn were pulled into that grab along with Kip, and 2D wasn't able to get the defense matrix onto Hershey, who was able to just tear through the rest of his team with the tac visor.
It seemed like he used it a bit early in that fight, didn't have it up maybe. Broda's pushing up, does take some damage, but he is being healed up by his supports here.
That was...
Missed ultimate by 2D. That's very unfortunate. Does not throw that through. NA ultimate if I have ever seen one. What are you doing, 2D? You're throwing.
Yeah, that was a big throw.
Not prepared. Pushing up, getting those kills. Stan, the last one alive. The Genji trying to do what he can. Deflecting. Can't deflect the laser. Reset coming out from 2499. Pause coming out from the side of 2499. They do have about 4 minutes left on their timer. Those of you who don't know, you have 5 minutes.
Comcast.
NA internet, am I right?
Yep.
Tootie being back home, not having the internet that he's used to. Unfortunate, his internet is a lot slower where he is right now. We will have to wait. So far, the fights seem to be going in the favor of Not Prepared right now. They have kind of figured out what they're going to be doing with their team. That Zarya pick seems to be working, being able to deal with the Genji and the Diva, which have been big thorn in their side, especially on Nepal. But it looks like the ultimates are actually in favor of Not Prepared. Echo, the only one who's close to an ultimate.
Yeah, Ultimate's looking good on the side of Not Prepared. They should be able to hold this point pretty easily if they use their ults correctly.
Yeah, try not to blow every single ultimate at once. A lot of, I guess, a lot of newer teams seem to be not coordinating their ults. They just see one person presses Q and they find it as a good opportunity to throw all their ultimates in at once, trying to wipe out the team as fast as possible. You don't always need 6 ultimates in a fight. Sometimes 2 ultimates is enough and you still save 4.
Or if you're Reinhardt, all you need is that one Earth Shatter.
Yeah, one Earth Shatter is all you really need. You don't need to combo with an Earth Shatter if your team can push up at the right time. Korn is going to be pushing through. Shimada Stan gets on that backline with the Dragon Blade, Nano Blade coming out, not close to anyone. Picks up Onokron. That fight went completely in the favor of 2499. It doesn't seem like Not Prepared was prepared. Korn, dangerously low, gets anti-heal. Grok sticking right next to him, trying to heal him up. Has about 100 health, not even 100 health. Now he's getting healed up by Kip. Grok just completely ignores him. He's like, ah, you're good.
You're alright. It's just a flesh wound.
Probably trying to give Kip the ult charge there, as she was fairly behind. Grok was pretty close to the ult. Try to have the support ultimates up in time. Broda gets taken out. Grab does come out. Tootie doing it can. Eating as much damage as he can. Grok takes out Broda with a anti-grenade. Korn getting on the point. Being able to save it at the last possible moment even. Hershey doing what he can do. Korn anti-healed once again. Kip keeping him alive, but the Fire Strike does clean him up. Kip almost off the point. Hux grouping up with his team. Kip, the last one, has to reset by jumping off the edge. They're not wanting to get any...
2499 not fighting from the point there. They instead tried to take the fight into the courtyard, but they got pushed into the kitchen. So
yeah,
they were nowhere near the point. They should have just played defensively from the point. Yeah, that was a really strange place to take a fight from them.
Earthshatter comes out, only gets Hux. Hux is low though, being healed up by his support. Grab comes out. Whole hog and self-destruct, dropping on the point. Huge self-destruct, picks up 3 members of the enemy team. Echo, the only one to die there. Hershey, last one on the point. As the overtime ticks down, it looks like they will be able to take this 99-99, but it goes to 24-99.
Not prepared are coming in a lot stronger than they were on Nepal in this set, but they're just not holding it consistently. They're not consistent enough to be able to push through and make those final pushes to close the rounds out.
They're choking at the very end. They've been getting a high percentage, but just not closing out the match. I'm not sure what the comms are doing, but yeah, they're just falling apart at the end there. Switching up the team comp once again, looking like they're going for just full-on dive here, trying to counter Korn on that Reinhardt.
That is a full dive.
Yeah, that is, you know,
that is the fullest of dives.
That is the full recipe for dive. I guess that's the original dive. Diva is kind of the new substitute in there, being able to block some damage up a little bit better than Zarya, but Zarya able to set up those grabs for the dive is very useful. Points getting pushed up. Onocron does get taken out there, down to support. 2D dropping dangerously low, trying to do what he can.
Cool.
Not even demeched yet, as 24-99 just cleans up this fight. Dumac last one on the point. He will die. That is an unfortunate stagger there, as he won't be up for the regroup here. They will have to wait a few seconds, giving them the sweet percentages that they need on this point.
These hero swaps did not, well, I mean, it's too early to judge, but that was a pretty swift fight by 24-99.
They didn't collapse on a single target. They kind of were all over the place, not to mention that losing their Lucio, that speed boost for the Zarya right off the bat, is not good. Korn does pick up the Nano, but he's discorded and being chased around by the monkey. Nano gets thrown away, but Hershey is on the point doing what he can. Gets taken out by Echo. Hux trying to kill Kip, not able to do it. Pushing up onto the point, 3 members only there to defend as Korn gets back in the fight. Missed fire strike, almost gets Huxted. That would have been a kill. Sound barrier from 24-99 keeping them alive. Echo dangerously low, self-destruct coming out as Echo does what he can on the point. Getting healed up by his team. Good whole hog and defense matrix by 2D, keeping him alive, just throwing that over his huge body. Not able to clean him up. He was about 50 HP in that entire fight. Grok doing what he could to heal him up. 2D just defense matrix him. Whole hog saving that fight.
Yeah, this is looking like pretty swift round by 24-99, but on the side of not prepared, they have 3 ultimates to work with here to retake this point. They should be able to do it.
4. Hershey is about to have his ultimate. They're probably gonna go for the grab pulse combo. Chiori keeping I guess the last person alive. Grab coming out. Does pick up 3 members. They will be able to flip the point here, as that's almost a team wipe.
Not sure if they needed the grab, but they almost have Whole Hog and Blade to work with here on the side of the grab being down. But
use 2 ultimates for point. I would say not completely detrimental to their team. They still have 2 ultimates here, 3 ultimates even. Now that I look at it,
24-99 don't have any. They have Sound Barrier soon-ish and a Shatters.
Oh, 2D, what are you doing? Getting hooked by Dumac, demeched instantly as the Whole Hog comes out, knowing that they don't have that defense matrix. Burning through that Rhine shield, dangerously low. It does get blown up as Kip defense Sound Barriers saves her team completely from the Dragon Blade. Dumac does get hooked. Echo does not clean up that kill though. Whole Hog does finish him off as he turns around to clean up the Zarya. Huck's the last one on the point, as he does what he can to stall, dashing around, jumping up, reflecting what he can. Cleaned up as the point flips over. 99% Hershey on the point to stall, has to recall. Gets earth shattered by Korn. Dumac coming in, getting hooked and anti-healed. Demec. Rock doing what he can, I guess, up on that high ground. Rhoda coming in on the Zarya. staggers one by one, each teammate coming in solo to fight this battle. 1v6, not able to do anything about it. Just stall for time. Huge! That was a big charge. Holy corn!
He just charged and
Got deja vu.
blinked straight into it. That was
Big deja vu.
another 3-0 by 2499. It wasn't as swift and clean as the first round of call, but
That 5K. Oh man, Stan, please. Well played by both teams, but 2499 will be moving into the finals of the qualifiers. Let me check to see if the other match. It will be 2499 versus Nya.
Pie's team.
Yeah, Dying Pie, if you know him, the I guess whipping boy of the tournament group.
The punching bag.
Yeah, he almost asks for it even.
He makes it too easy.
I feel bad for him sometimes.
Yeah, I'll be right. But yeah,
All
the
right.
finals will be taking place on Moonstream at 11 EST, according to Moon himself. Guess he just wants an hour to chill out. He doesn't want to go straight into casting these finals. But finals will go on there at 11 p.m. EST. That's it for us.
This has been Snow Hobo. With me is
Reclaimer and Wraith, our streamer, the man himself. Yeah, thanks for watching.
Please tune in to the finals.
Watch Moonstream. And yeah, that's it. See you later.